In these NHL playoffs, Sergei Bobrovsky has been by far the best goalie and the biggest X factor in every series. In this Stanley Cup final, if Vegas wanted any shot at beating Florida, they are going to have to make Sergei Bobrovsky actually look human in this series. No one has yet to do it consistently in these playoffs, but the Vegas Golden Knights might be on the right track. Now, let's be clear, Bobrovsky in Game 1 was still phenomenal. He made some huge grade A saves to keep it close, but Vegas did a great job at executing their plan, which by the way isn't some crazy elaborate scheme. See, there are only really two ways to beat a red-hot goalie. First is to take his eyes away and look for deflections and lucky bounces. When you have a goalie playing at the level that Bobrovsky is playing at, he's most likely going to save anything that he sees straight on. So Vegas' strategy is to get as many bodies in front of the net to take away the eyes of Bobrovsky. Now this sounds really straightforward at first, but really this depends on how the offensive team executes at getting bodies into those traffic areas. This ultimately falls on the responsibility of the puck carrier at the point to make sure that they're releasing the puck at the perfect time. This could mean passing up a clear opportunity so that they can get a better one with more traffic on net. Watch on Theodore's goal here how he backpedals into the middle, but doesn't just instantly fire it on net. Florida does a good job here at getting into the lanes to make sure that any potential shot will be blocked, but there's also not nearly enough traffic here to fully disrupt Bobrovsky's vision. Theodore ends up making a good play on Duclair to step back into the middle of the ice, but his patience to wait for his net front guy to get in Bobrovsky's eyes is what makes this goal happen. He could have made an impatient play here and just chucked it on net, but instead, he waits for Bobrovsky to break his stance to look over the traffic and then places the puck perfectly glove side. It was more of the same on the 3-2 go-ahead goal for Vegas, except this time, the Vegas offense uses Florida's traffic against them. After making a pretty great save off the rush, Vegas takes this rebound and puts the puck into the high slot to Whitecloud, but again, it's that patience on the blue line to not just fire it right away and instead walk it into the middle to build traffic. Despite no Vegas players actually being in front of Bobrovsky to screen him, Vegas uses Florida's shot blockers as a replacement and it ends up in the net. A simple patient play by the puck carrier at the blue line to make sure that that traffic builds up just enough to get in Bobrovsky's vision. As a goalie, it's insanely frustrating when it's your own guys doing it to you and you can see it in Bobrovsky's body language, but that's exactly what Vegas needs to do, and that's exactly what they did in Game 1. Take good scoring chances and make them great by waiting for traffic to develop in front. Does this take a little bit of luck? Absolutely, but you're going to need luck to win the Stanley Cup, and if you can maximize the amount of luck that you are going to get, why not take that chance? Now, really, the only other way you can beat a red-hot goalie is to overwhelm them with grade A chances. Considering how dialed in Bobrovsky is right now, you can expect him to save most of these types of chances, but all Vegas needs is one or two of them to go in. On Vegas' first power play goal, the Florida Killers get a bit too aggressive and try to put instant pressure on the puck carrier. This leaves the front of the net wide open, and it puts Bobrovsky in a terrible position to try and make a grade A save. Next off is a brutal turnover by Matthew Tkachuk, and a sick play by Mark Stone to instantly make it a grade A chance. The Vegas forecheck causes a Florida turnover, and then once again, they choose to try and put the puck on net with traffic. Nothing materializes, but the rebound pops out to Tkachuk, who tries a high flip into the middle of the ice, but Mark Stone picks it right out of the air and just instantly fires this bad boy home right away. Vegas forces another grade A chance, and this time it ends up in the back of the net. Now this is the result of Vegas' strong forecheck, but really, this entire strategy is what Vegas needs to do all throughout this series if they want to beat Sergei Bobrovsky and the Florida Panthers. It certainly won't be this easy again, by the way, as Florida's going to do a better job at boxing out bodies and cleaning up some of the defensive lapses that created so many grade A chances in Game 1 specifically. Of course, the beauty about hockey is that this game could have easily went the other way. Florida did hit multiple posts, and if it wasn't for a ridiculous highway robbery of a save from Adin Hill, they might have actually taken Game 1. Now, in my opinion, this sets up a very interesting mental challenge for the Panthers heading into Game 2. They were red hot coming out of the conference finals, but after an 11-day layoff and their first loss in what feels like an eternity, how exactly do they respond? Well, Paul Maurice, of course, isn't panicked at all.
Lost the first game in the Boston series well and got a little better. Then we lost two more, got a little better. Everybody just breathe. Right? I feel like you people have been here. You're tight. Gotta loosen you up a little bit.
And while Maurice is right in his approach, in my opinion, I am very, very curious to see how Bobrovsky bounces back in Game 2. I thought Bobrovsky had a good Game 1, but he's been known in the past to let things slip off the rails with his play if things don't always go his way. If Vegas continues to execute this strategy, it could play some mind games with his confidence, and that alone can change the entire series for both of these teams. So, what did you think about Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals? What did you think of Bobrovsky? What did you think of Florida, Vegas? Let me know everything you thought in the comments down below. And if you want to see more NHL breakdowns, make sure you click that subscribe button.